Hello and welcome to this week's Cari Connects. I am Psychic Medium Cari Muggs, and each week I pull a card from a deck to let you know what's coming up for the week and the signs and symbols to watch for. So this week we are using a Christmas deck. It's called Season of the Witch Yule Oracle. I like this. I love it because it's Christmassy. If you can find any other Christmas ones, I did get some new decks that we're going to be using the next couple of weeks. So it's beautiful. It's got the world. I love the green. See the green and the pictures are actually pretty awesome too. So if you don't know already, I collect them and I love them. So we are going to pull a card for this week. And wise men. So wise men for this week. And it says, if it wasn't for the familiar songs that echo through my spine, I would have lost what is lost and never found my purpose. So I really feel like this week is going to be, a lot of you, I think, are out there trying to figure out what you want to do or trying to figure out what your purpose is or how to accomplish that. And that's so valid because for a long time, I knew I had this gift, but I wasn't sure how I was going to accomplish doing the readings or being a professional at it or even doing it. That was like not even on my radar. And I feel like we all kind of know that we have a bigger purpose or we want to do more or we want to impact more or we want to inspire more. And so I think this week is going to be time for you to kind of reflect. The thing about it is I think that we kind of just sit and want it to come to us. We just want it to come when it's ready. And we don't really sit and kind of decide what we want. Like, what is it that you want to do that will impact or inspire? Or because let's say they did drop something in and say, your spirit guide said, this is what you want to do. And you're like, oh, I don't really know if I want to do that. So you have to kind of figure out first by deciding what you don't want. What don't you want? You don't want something that doesn't give you any time with your family. You don't want something that makes you so busy that you can't be healthy. So this week, really, really sit with yourself and figure out what it is that you want and or what you feel like your purpose might be, what you think, what brings you joy. Sit down and think about the things that you did as a kid and what was fun for you. I liked to make believe. I like to create different scenarios of different lifetimes, and I would tell myself, okay, this is how we're going to do this. I would create it before I would actually do it. And so I just really feel like, and I knew along in the very beginning, like when I very first started watching John Edwards, I knew that that's what I wanted to do someday, but I knew that at the time when I started watching John Edwards, that wasn't the time for me to do it. So really sit down and think about the things you want in your life and how you can impact people. And also to remember that to impact people, you have to heal yourself. You have to heal because you can't help heal others if you're not in that space, right? So this week is where you need to really be wise and really know that, what did he say? If it wasn't for the familiar songs that echo through my spine, I would have lost what is lost and never found my purpose. So go back into the past. Go back into, and I don't normally always tell you to go back in your past because I say leave it behind, but go back into the past when you loved different times that you loved your life and figure out what it was back then that you really, really liked, or what it was that gave you purpose, or that let you be you, or let you have fun, or find that funness again and find that purpose. If it wasn't for the past that was lost, I would have never found my purpose. So dig into your past and see, well, what were the times of your life that you were the happiest, and see how you can create that and help impact others. It could be something so small. You could have created a Christmas ornament 2 years ago that you loved doing or loved doing crafts, and you could actually, or jewelry, or make that for, or you could have counseled somebody or helped somebody and loved that. So just really figure out what you want and what you don't want. And the easiest way to figure out what you want is to figure out what you don't want. Okay, so the signs and the symbols to watch for this are honestly 42 is the number that's on here. So those are perfect numbers because 444 means that you are being protected and guided by your angels, and 222 means you're going in the right direction. So if you start to contemplate this or you meditate about this week and really, I always used to say to you, I'm bringing, but if you don't know what you want, it's because you feel like it's not attainable. If you're like, I don't know what I should do, I don't know what my purpose is, it's because you feel like it's not attainable. Maybe you want to do something, but you feel like it's impossible to do. If there was no limit, what would you do? What would you want to do that would inspire or help people? And figure out how to do that on a smaller scale until you reach that. So the number 444 and 222, honestly, any kind of wise man. So if you see any kind of nativity scenes that have the wise men, or if you see like an older gentleman and look, there's a tree kind of, he has, so on this picture, for those of you that are listening on the podcast, there's a wiser man with a white beard as a mountain. His head is covered in a crown of trees. And then below his white beard that also forms a mountain is trees. So obviously trees, white snow and mountains, which is going to be kind of easy to find because it's, well, not really. If you live in Arizona or California, white snow and mountains is not something that you're going to see a lot. And just know that you can see these on your social media or on pictures, not just for real driving down the street. So be wise this week. Be wise and try and tap into what makes you happy and what your purpose is. No one else is going to tell you what your purpose is. No one's going to come down and say, just like no one else is going to come down and drop your keys into your lap. You have to figure it out. That's part of the journey. That's part of the journey. I have so many people that come in and say, what am I supposed to do? What is my perfect purpose? That's for you. Your journey is for you to figure out. So start trying to figure it out. It's time. The new year's coming. Figure out what it is, and it will change. It can change later on, but right now, just try and figure out what that is. Okay? I love you guys. I love it, and I love you, and I mean it. And remember that you have everything that you need inside of you, and you are the magic.